Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with another update to the Toy Story Pizza Planet delivery truck. And this week I'm going to be doing some interior work, and the first thing I had to do was remove the molded in bucket seats. So what I did for that is I took my hobby knife and just took the back side of the blade, scored between the seat and the center, the back. I did the same thing between the door panel and the seat, and then across the back of the seat and there at the base. So now, just pop out the seats. And, oops, should have cut a little deeper on that one. At any rate, they're out now. Still need to cut off the tops of the seats, so I've got a pretty smooth back dash there. But yeah, I did not cut through far enough, so I ended up breaking that right there. Fortunately, that is an easy fix. In fact, what I'm going to do with that, fix it right now. I'm going to take my Tamiya extra thin cement, and I'm just going to dope it up right there at the brake. I'm going to go all the way around the brake, really let it soak in there. And anytime I've got a brake like this where it's a nice clean brake, just get some of that in there and set it aside to dry overnight. And when I come back to it, it should be a nice strong bond like it never even happened. So while that's setting up, I'm going to make a bench seat. And to do that, I started with some evergreen plain styrene, got some measurements off the cab, transferred that to the sheet, and made myself a base. This one's going to be the bottom cushion. That's all ready to go. And now here's the fun part. I'm going to take some paper towel, I'm going to take some masking tape, and I'm going to cut a strip of the paper towel the exact width of my seat base. Line it up here. Go straight across. I've got that cut. And fold it over on itself a couple of times. And that should be, in the end, sized almost exactly to the edges. A little bit extra here, so I'm going to trim that off. And going around the corners here, so that matches the seat base. I'm going to take a strip of tape, stick that right down on top of my paper towel. Just make sure it's stuck down nice. I'm going to take my plastic seat base, line that up. Some cuts here right to the corners of the base. Now I'm going to start folding it over. Just like that. Cut off the extra here. Going right to the corners, or at least as close as I can. Go all the way around the base. Exact distance isn't really critical as long as I've got enough that I can roll it all the way around the seat. I'm going to go in, trim the side, so I can fold that over. Do the same thing on the other end. Now for the corners, I'm going to make a whole bunch of radial cuts right close to each other. Ending perpendicular to the edge. So now when I fold those over, they're not going to wrinkle as much. And that gives me a radius at the edge. And again, repeat over here. Fold those over. And I'm just left with this front flap. Fold that over as well. There we go. We now have a seat cushion, textured and with a little bit of bounce to it like an actual seat. I've already done the back of the seat, and if we take a look at how they look in the cab, you see we have ourselves a pretty realistic looking bench seat. The masking tape gives it the kind of used vinyl appearance, while the paper towel gives it an actual shape that looks more like a seat than if it was just made out of styrene. So I'm going to get this painted up, and here's the finished look. Yellow areas are the same color as the body. The seats, door panel, and dashboard are done with Tamiya's linoleum deck brown. For the dashboard, this is the stock Toyota dashboard with a modified steering wheel out of an AMT Datsun kit. The wand of power here is a straight pin with a scratch-built boot. Also made the rocket ship key fob there. And the steering wheel is definitely too close to the seat. I should have changed the angle of the steering column a little bit, but that's not something I'm going to be too concerned about. There are official kits that have gotten it far worse than this. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking, other than it's not got enough clutter in it. Especially in the second movie, we saw it had pizza boxes, soda cans, papers, all sorts of fun stuff. So, before I can install this in the body, I'm going to have to add all those details to it. And the same goes for the back of the truck here. Before I get it all buttoned up, I'm going to want to add some of the details that we saw in the movies. So, those are going to be my next tasks. I'll be getting some aftermarket parts, I'll be doing some scratch building. All that will be detailed in the next video, so you can check back then, and thanks for watching.